Hi everyone, welcome back to TS Talks. Hope you're all doing good, keeping safe, all of that good stuff. Hope all of you have had a good week. Now, in this one, I'm just talking about this White Lives Matter Burnley plane that happened on Monday night when Manchester City played Burnley at home at the Etihad Stadium. Literally at the same time the players were doing their kneeling for Black Lives Matter. This plane, obviously flies over the Etihad Stadium, and it did so for about 10 minutes or so with this sign which is in the picture attached to it. First things first, I just think it's bang out of order. I think the plane company that actually signed us off to do this, I think they should be disgusted with themselves. The person who decided to do it, they should be disgusted with themselves. And, that person, has been exposed. He was a Burnley fan. His name's Jake Heppel. And, he was sacked from his job on Wednesday, and his girlfriend was sacked too. And you know what? So be it. I have to credit Burnley Football Club, they weren't condemning this at all. The likes of Ben Mee, you could see in his face when he was doing his interview after the game, he was completely dismissing it. He was saying that they don't represent us as a whole, and that's what we've needed for some time. You need footballers, not always just the top footballers, but footballers that is not of the black race to stand up for the whole equality thing. I remember, I think there was an interview before where Ria Ferdinand was saying that, for some of these kids that's growing up in racist households, which, sadly, racism is being embedded onto them from their parents. If you see the likes of, let's say, a Harry Kane, who's a top footballer, come out and speaking about, the effects of racism on a teammate or some also, and how that's affected their teammate, it can help change these kids' thoughts on it. And, it's sad to see, but clearly, for as much as some people say, oh yeah, in the UK isn't racist, or it's least racist, like the UK is racist, like let's not, people need to stop this narrative that, oh, it's not racist. Like, the Prime Minister said, many racist things, which, people won't really hold him to account for. But, it is what it is. I want to say, I want to give a shout out to both Chucky and Savage Dan. I was listening to their Halfcast podcast the other day. Something I've been listening to for years, but there's one specifically they're talking about the other day, which they're saying that, people should be happy at the end of the day that, as a race, we just want equality. We could want revenge, for all the acts of slavery and stuff that we've gone through for the hundreds of years. All we want is equality. We want to live in a world where, there's equality no matter what race you're in. But yet, it could be worse. It could be, no, scrap this, we want revenge and we're coming to turn things over. But, I thought that was a very good point. And when I heard that, I was like, that's really true, People are so, oh yeah, but, but all lives matter and whatnot, and every time, people have made it clear, and I've tried to make it clear myself, that saying that Black Lives Matter doesn't mean that no other life matters. It just means that, that at the moment, and it's evident to see that there's definitely an injustice and a lack of equality towards black people. And this is the point that we're trying to put across at the moment. And, it seems, although there's still been some protests, it seems that things have gone a bit quiet on it. And I think as a race, we got to keep this up because, this can't be a thing where, there's been like some protests and, people demanding change for 2-3 weeks. And then, you just, oh, yeah, that's it now. It's all done. Like, no, it's not done. We need to continuously demand this change, and the things that people have stated in the past few weeks about supporting black businesses and stuff, we need to continue to do this. Otherwise, all of this for the last 2-3 weeks or so it's been a waste of time. Then we got to continue to do it. We got to continue to be united, and that's the only way we move forward with this. But back to the White Lives Matter Burnley thing, I'm glad the guy's been sacked. I'm glad his name and that's been put out there, and his partner's name, and they'll struggle to find work now going forward, and that will be for their own actions. I know some people say, I've seen some people say on Twitter, oh well, know, most companies, you shouldn't sack someone based on their views and that. But I think at the same time, some companies don't want people with that sort of views attached to their company name. And, you know, I can completely agree. You know, I'm not saying, oh yeah, you must sack the person. You know, I think it's good they've been sacked because this is what you deserve. If this is the sort of thoughts that you have in this day and age, this is what you deserve. You deserve to be sacked because most companies have it in, you know, their policy, their vision, their values that they want equality. And, you know, if your views seem to differ from that, then, you know, and you do something that's especially in the public eye like this, then the company's going to part ways with you. So, you know, I've got no issues with that whatsoever. But yeah, I'd like to get your thoughts on it all in the comment section below. And, you know, if you haven't already done so, go hit that subscribe button now. And I'll catch you next time.